welcome to another Untitled video. Today we're looking at the Scarlet Onslaught, which has received, well, quite a big upgrade, I would say. Quite a bit of upgrade. So let's just start reading. Today is the Crimson Dawn, the great day we have waited for. We are no longer the Scarlet Crusade. We are now the Scarlet Onslaught. An onslaught upon Northrend we shall be. The cancer of the scourge threatens to overflow in the crown of the world and drown the rest of us. The time has come to take the fight directly to the Lich King's doorstep. Pretty like that. Credits go to SVNMS and Mirror for their help in implementing and designing Scarlet Onslaught. So let's just get and read and see what Illusioner has to say about Scarlet Onslaught. Scarlet Onslaught will be overhauled in the next version. We'll be testing the Scarlet Onslaught faction this Sunday to spot eventual bugs or balance issues. So number offered in this thread are open for changes. Those interested in seeing the action are welcome to join, blah blah blah. Current strength of the Scarlet Onslaught lied in the early game economic boost that allowed light blue players to steamroll over his opponents, gaining huge amounts of territories in early game, allowing him to dominate the game. However, as time passed, the faction becomes less and less powerful compared to other factions, the worst being the fight against Scourge's powerful air squad, which sadly had no response to. In the battle, the main strength points to, of faction where where the powerful elite's magic absorbing shield, which absorbed huge amounts of damage, while Scarlet Inquisitor's Purify allowed to clear the opponent's army pretty quick. That's why the changes were made to weaken the early game and strengthen the transition of Scarlet Onslaught into late game, allowing it to compare with other factions on rather equal level. Pretty interesting. So, the Miscellaneous Changes. Scarlet Onslaught can be researched from any town hall after 10 minutes from Scarlet Crusade event. This research no longer takes 5 minutes to finish, but 10 seconds, which is pretty good, I would say. As Scarlet Onslaught, you can absorb the Sunwell, while Scarlet Crusade can't. And personally, I think that's really great, since Scarlet Crusade still has a chance to rejoin the Alliance, while Scarlet Onslaught is permanently gone from the Alliance, which I like. You lose Garithos upon the Scarlet Onslaught research. Now, I've seen many, I've been reading comments on this thing, and so many people are disagreeing with Garithos gone, and I have to say, I kind of disagree as well. He is the Scarlet Crusade or Scarlet Onslaught, both of them, is built on the foundations of Garithos' things and all that, so it's wrong to get him away, I think. And he also got boosts, a small boost in this in 1.36, but you know, I don't know. We'll see how it works, but it's a little bit sad just because of the impact he has made on the Scarlet Crusade. Restoring Scarlet Monastery and gaining Scarlet Whiteman as a hero requires Scarlet Onslaught path researched. The ranged/melee attack upgrades are merged for Scarlet Onslaught. Expanded Scarlet Onslaught base in Northrend, thanks to Marshmallow. The base has now an aura that reduces movement and attack speed of nearby opponent units, as well as increasing HP and armor and magic resistance to prevent easy aims from Blue's Hero Squad, or Blue's Air Squad, sorry, which is good. The base is on a small island right outside Icecrown. I'm even gonna link the picture here, but we have seen it in 1.36. It's much more space, and it would be a shame if just Blue could steamroll that with his air squad. So it's a good thing that they have some kind of defense for that. Scarlet Onslaught can now also train. Scarlet Onslaught base can also now train workers as well as elites, which is good. I mean, it should be able to. It's going to be his main base of operations. I mean, it's going to take the fight directly to the Lich King's doorsteps of Icecrown. So, watch out, Scourge. Now, this is probably one of the biggest things here. Or not one of the big... yeah, one of them. New late game event for Scarlet Onslaught faction. Call upon Brigade Abendis, giving a new Demigod hero as replacement for Baron Westwind. Which is, you know, pretty cool. New God-tie hero for the Scarlet Crusade, which is pretty interesting to see. Or Scarlet Onslaught, sorry. So, what heroes are they going to have late game? Well, they're going to lose Baron Westwind, which means Brigade Abendis, Reynold Morgraine, and Sally Whiteman and Satan Dathran. Those 4 heroes is the heroes that it's going to be, I think. Researching Scarlet Onslaught no longer gives players 1000 resources, but instead grants 2 levels and 300 resources. And the 2 levels went to Reynolds. Missed that one. Okay, well, it's good that it doesn't give 2,000 resources, because that was holy shit. Now unit changes, because there are some here, and also for heroes, which I'm looking forward to. I haven't read these. Scarlet Inquisitor loses his E spell, the Purify, the AoE Moonstone, and gains a new spell, Consuming Hatred, short AoE Unholy Frenzy, increasing friendly units' attack speed by 75%, making them lose 15 HP per second. And the rotation. So, a AoE Unholy Frenzy, numbers can change. He said, as we mentioned at the top of the page, numbers can change. So, I'm not going to go too much into them, but a short AoE Unholy Frenzy. Interesting to see. Crimson Knights gains a new passive ability, Stampede, which is based on Torrent's Polarize. So, okay. Oh god. I mean, it's a solo faction, I get that, but okay, I'm not sure if they're gonna have the Bloodlust anymore, or if they even have it still. I'm not sure. I haven't been playing Scarlet or seen them for ages. But anyway, let's combine that with the Unholy Frenzy and the Stampede. That's gonna be a lot of AoE if he has a lot of knights. But anyway, a Stampede, okay? And a new ranged unit which replaces Military Archer, the Scarlet Marksman, which has piercing shots. Each attack of the unit pierces enemy armor, dealing increased damage +5 and decreasing units armor by -3, based on Orb of Corruption. Okay. And they have an Ensnare or Twin Snare on Dragonbane. Net works only on non-flying hero units, which means if Blue tries to go in with only his hero squad, his Gargoyles and Frostworms is gonna get trapped. Except his heroes though, because it doesn't work on heroes, which means Sindragosa and Nodox is good to go. New melee unit which replaces Footman, the Crimson Legionary. Purge Evil, based on Incinerate, but each attack is increased by 1. When the unit dies, it explodes, dealing 40 AoE damage in a small radius. Okay. Anti-piercing armor reduces the damage taken from piercing attacks by 12. Requires the restoration of Lordaeron. So from what I've understood is that as Scarlet Onslaught, obviously you can restore Lordaeron and do all that normal stuff, but you don't get the Lordaeron Footman anymore as Scarlet Onslaught. You still keep your Crimson Legionary nonetheless, whatever happens. Crusaders lose their Reincarnation and Divine Shield abilities, getting new tank-like skill sets. So they have Holy Light, Crusader's Shield, the magic damage absorbed changed from 300 to 100. Eye for an eye reflects 100 of any melee damage done to the unit back to the attacker. Holy shit. Anti-piercing armor reduces the damage taken from piercing, okay. And they have Taunt, which taunts 12 units. Interesting. Scarlet Priest Sailor's Rage mana cost reduced from 50 to 30, and Hawks are replaced by Dragonhawk Riders. Dragonhawk Riders. Wouldn't Griffins make more sense, I think? I don't know. So we're gonna go over the heroes. We're gonna first take a look at Satan Deathrite, which gains Summon Work item. He is revivable at all times except for dying in Balnazzar's form, non-revivable while in Silver Hand. His V is Light's Blessing still, and has some new cooldowns there, and some numbers. We're not gonna go into those. Protection of the Heavens, which is his new ultimate by looks of it, increases the nearby unit's armor by 9. Oh wow! So almost an invulnerable, making all units invulnerable, or not? Well, no, not invulnerable, but yeah, you get what I mean. Almost unkillable for 5 seconds, which could be pretty cool to see. Okay. Ronald Mograine is survivable as long as Scarlet Onslaught stands. His Divine Shield is bound to his hand. Ultimate is an Avatar of Light. Based on Metamorphosis, changes Reynolds into an Avatar of Light, giving him HP and splash damage. Okay, cool. I like that he's getting a new ultimate. He had Resurrection, I think. Sally Whitemane loses her Summon Work item, revivable as long as Tear's hand stands, and a new W, which is Light Shackles, based on Entangled Roots. Okay. Baron Westwind. Oh god. Yes, I know Windows. Baron Westwind, revivable as long as Scarlet Onslaught stands. Q Mal'Ganis form, everything the same except for his feedback being replaced with Thick Skin, reducing incoming damage. Dread Aura decreases opponent attack and movement speed. And Heart of Terror, which replaces Fort Lightning, decreases damage of opponent units. Okay. Ooh. So this is Brigadier Bendis. Available at once when obtains level 12, requires Scarlet Onslaught to base to be alive. Upon obtaining her Mal'Ganis in Baron form, perishes and Satan can no longer turn into Balancer form. An item is bound to her which drops on her death. Scarlet Onslaught Battlehorn increases nearby friendly units' movement speed based on the Orcish scroll of speed. She is non-revivable and she cannot be targeted by Sally's Anchor of Reincarnation, which is good to see. Additional spell, sorry, forgot the name, link a Bendis with an enemy hero, making them both share 50% of damage, which means that when someone attacks a Bendis, the linked hero takes damage. The same thing happens when the linked linked hero takes damage and Bendis takes damage. This spell is dispellable and has a 30-second... Okay, no numbers. So basically the first spell, there's no name here, but you cast it, basically you're a Bendis, and you cast it on, I don't know, Arthas. If Sally is getting... No, sorry. If Brigitte is getting heavily aimed, then Arthas will also take that punishment. But if you are heavily aiming, then you will get punished for doing so. So it's an ability you should probably only use when you're getting heavily aimed. I don't know if she's going to be on the front lines. I'm going to assume so. So that's probably why. So that's what... Oh! So in both ways it discourages hero aiming from your side. And you're encouraging it from the enemy side in some way. Wow. Or at least you don't want it to happen. Falling Sword. Falling Sword, basically an arcane vortex spell with light particles. Scarlet Onslaught banner summons a banner that increases nearby unit attack and gives them 2% HP regeneration. Retribution aura decreases nearby enemies' movement speed and attack speed, basically enhanced Baron's ability. And R, which is call reinforcements, improved dark recall, few seconds of casting, that instantly summons units on the designed area and them, giving them increased movement speed and increased attack. Right, so that's... So the additional spell... Yeah, there's an additional spell. It's not one of their normal spells, okay. But still, pretty cool. So, overall, I'm looking forward to see Scarlet Onslaught in action. I think it's going to be pretty cool to see them taking the fight and have a chance to take the fight to the Lich King. So I'm looking forward to that. Now, by the looks of it, it seems... I mean, most of their stuff is still tied to... Most of the stuff is tied to Scarlet Onslaught, but some stuff are still tied to Tear's Hand, which means that you have to make a choice. I mean, Scarlet Onslaught base is obviously probably going to be much better to defend and more rewarding for you than Tear's Hand. But are they going to make an easy way so you can access both bases? I mean, they're pretty far away from each other, and a scroll that early game, I don't know. It's probably going to be a little bit hard. We'll see how it turns out, but overall, I'm looking forward to seeing this. So, if you want to leave a comment, I'm going to link the post so you can go and comment yourself, and I want your feedback, guys. What do you think of this? So, thanks so much for watching, and until next time, guys, bye-bye.